What really drives people? Why do some employees and people feel engaged and really motivated in their lives, while others seem disconnected and unfulfilled? It turns out human motivation isn't random at all. It follows a pattern, actually. And if you understand that pattern, you unlock the key to better leadership, stronger teams, and higher performance. That's exactly what Maslow's hierarchy of needs actually explains. Imagine a pyramid with sometimes 5 levels, sometimes 7. I like to say there's 8, each representing a different human need. The idea is simple here. Before people can reach their full potential, their foundational needs must actually be met. And this doesn't just apply to life, it's a game changer, especially in the workplace. Let's start at the bottom of the pyramid with physiological needs. These are the absolute basics in life: food, water, rest, and a work setting. These things are like fair wages and comfortable environment. If employees don't have these, nothing else really matters. Think about it. If someone is constantly worried about whether they can pay their rent, or if they're working in an exhausting, unsustainable environment, they won't be focused on innovation, not to mention growth. Leaders who recognize this make sure their teams have the essentials covered first: fair pay, reasonable hours, and a work environment that supports well-beings. Aren't just the perks, they're the foundation, not to mention the motivation. Once those basic needs are covered, we move up to the safety needs. This goes beyond physical safety. It's about job security and emotional stability. Employees need to feel safe in their roles, knowing they won't suddenly be let go or put in toxic situations. A workplace full of fear and uncertainty actually leads to disengagement, not to mention stress. But when leaders create a culture of stability, transparency, and trust, employees can actually focus on doing their best work instead of constantly looking over their shoulder. Now, we get to the middle of the pyramid: love and belonging. This is where things get really interesting. People aren't robots. They need connection. A workplace where employees feel isolated, unappreciated, or left out will never perform at its best. But when people feel like they're part of a team, when they have strong relationships and a sense of belonging, everything changes. Collaboration improves, engagement skyrockets, and people actually want to contribute. Leaders who prioritize team culture, open communication, and recognition really builds workforces where employees feel valued, not just as workers, but as people, part of a community. Next up, we have esteem needs. Now, we're talking about confidence, respect, and feeling that your work really matters. People want to feel capable, appreciated, and recognized for their contributions. A paycheck alone won't really cut it. Employees who are constantly overlooked or micromanaged lose motivation really fast. But when leaders celebrate achievements, empower their teams, and create opportunities for growth, they inspire higher levels of performance. It's about shifting from just doing their job to taking pride in their actual work. And finally, at the top of this pyramid, we have self-actualization. This is where true potential is unlocked, unharnessed. It's about personal growth, creativity, not to mention purpose or desire. The best leaders don't just create productive employees, they help people become the best version of themselves. They challenge their teams to take on new opportunities, encourage innovation, and support continuous learning. This is where real engagement happens. Not just working for a company, but really working towards a meaningful vision. Now that was 5 of them. There's another pyramid that goes up to 8. And there's a little bit of something before the self-actualization. And then there's another thing after that. And that's number 8. And I want to really just talk about this. This is transcendence. In transcendence, you actually become self-actualized. Now, after that, you're helping other individuals become self-actualized. In this transcendence stage, you actually get introduced to ego, and you see the black and the white, and you're able to be in the middleness of all of it. This is the absurdity of it, and seeing the overwhelmingness of it. In this world, you're actually able to be with ego and let ego know everything's going to be fine. Fear, fright, all these things that used to be leading your life kind of like falls away, still there. Shh, don't say anything. He'll be awoken if you want. And he's there to protect you. But in this, you're now reaching that transcendent stage where you can really help other people. Once you've now helped yourself, helping others is no problem. You can see the unseen. Then you go past the ego and you actually get to another level. This is a level, if you will, or an unfolding. This is a going behind the veil. This is going past and beyond. This is becoming. This is a whole nother state of beingness that one gets to. You want more information on this? Give me a DM. You made it this far. Here's the big takeaway. You can't skip levels. If basic needs aren't really met, then people can't reach their full potential. A company with amazing professional people and development programs, but low wages and no other job security will ever really see the employees thrive. A workplace with big goals, but toxic culture will never inspire true commitment. Leaders who understand this model don't just push for higher performance. No, they build the foundation that makes higher performance actually possible. So think about your workplace, your life, yourself personally. Which level of the pyramid needs the most attention right now? As a leader, whether in a company or your own life, how can you help others climb higher? I hope you heard and seen what was possible for yourself, your life, and your family. We'll talk later. Thank you very much.